What do missiles, forests, aeroplanes, minerals, Atlantic Ocean, earthquakes, and petrol have in common? It's GPS, or Global Positioning System, which is a commercially viable technology poised to invade all walks of life, including your cell phone and now your body too. Surprised?
GPS is Global Positioning System, and this is the threshold technology. It is used to get anyone's position in latitude, longitude and height, and this has become an indispensable tool in this millennium. This is the handheld GPS receiver. It is used to estimate the position of any person who doesn't know the coordinates. For example, now my position is, by using this GPS, is 17 degrees 24.57 minutes north and 78 degrees 33.23 in east. Elevation is 534 meters. See, like this, using this handheld receiver, anybody who is traveling in the desert or traveling in the ship or moving in the aircrafts, they can make use of this handheld receiver to get their position estimated. From this size of handheld, all of us will have the GPS watches. Initially, I was involved in a project where I had to estimate the very long baseline between two stations which are located in different plates, whereas that particular project could not take up. By then, this GPS was in the frontier field, and I was the only engineer who can handle it. So that responsibility was given to me.
Dr. Malaimani is currently the project leader of GPS studies at NGRI. From project planning to execution, delivering lectures and guiding students from electronics and communication engineering, Malaimani stands out as an exception in this women-starved field, especially in the year 1981, when she was the only lady engineer to join as a scientist at NGRI.
Right from the beginning, I am interested in taking up a lot of activities, and now as a project leader I am able to execute it. Earlier I was getting instructions, now I am able to plan, execute and then interpret my results. So I am very happy to carry out the responsibilities. project. I was involved right from the beginning. We installed the station, collected the data. I went to Germany, processed, then brought the results. And like this, for 5 years, I was continuously working on this. And at the end of the fifth year, we could estimate the Indian plate movement with respect to the Hyderabad GPS station. We have found out how GPS can be used for crustal deformation studies, and then actually that work only has resulted me in getting the award as well as to become the that I am capable of something more, and I wanted to do something better. Because of my family support, I am able to achieve whatever I have achieved so far.
Working with male colleagues can be quite daunting at times. Yet, Malaimani always got their respect, cooperation, and admiration for her single-minded dedication and willpower.
Male colleagues treat me on par with them. Here there is no discrepancy, and since as far as research activities go on, male and female we consider as equal, and they give me as they treat me as their friend and leader.
Right now, out of 200 scientists, there are only 12 women scientists. Why don't we find more and more women joining this field?
Well, most of the women feel the kind of activities or work in NGRI, it involves field oriented, and normally girls or women, they want to have some cozy type of work. They want to come to the office and then work in the computers and then they want to go away, whereas this involves lot of field activities. So actually this particular scenario what you are referring, it is the scenario some 5-6 years back, whereas now right now if you see in the institute, there are lot of girls who have joined as research scholars. They want to do this kind of work, so they are getting into this field.
She is a much sought after lady when it comes to GPS applications for civil purposes. Recently, in collaboration with the Airport Authority of India, She established a GPS reference station at Hyderabad Airport by designing the coordinates. Similarly, the Delhi Transport Corporation approached her for vehicle tracking and navigation.
GPS is used in many applications. One of the applications is for any site selection for NGRA surveys. For example, to find out the groundwater, people go and do some surveys. So to locate their position accurately, GPS we are going to take up, number one. Second, this seismic surveys. Wherever they are going to install the seismic stations, prior to that they want to know the locations properly, so GPS will be used. And again, even in Hyderabad, to find out the bus movements, Hyderabad APSRTC, they have contacted us, so we are going to help them using GPS to locate their transport movement. And this same application we want to help in police control, wireless control. That department also has approached. Then the other important work which we are going to do is AP Transco.
When she took up GPS studies way back in 1986 for her research work, that it can have so many applications in trying to meet the global demands. GPS technology requires the vision of professionally trained men and women to create many useful and profitable enterprises.